So I didn't grow up around here, and anybody older than me is going to be very grateful for that when I tell you what happened. So I grew up in a development. We had about 6 or 7 of us who very much considered ourselves the warriors, the important, the saviors, the defenders of our neighborhood against the illustrious, scary, and very, very violent Cami crew, which was a neighborhood about a half mile away. So Halloween, we started this procedure probably August, where we'd go to the grocery store with our parents, we'd break away from the line, we'd go buy our own eggs, we'd buy our own shaving cream, we'd buy our own cheap cologne, and then we would stash them. And we would take needles out of grandma's sewing kit, and we would penetrate the eggs, and we would leave them in the carton in the woods for 2 or 3 months. Single-ply toilet paper was very popular back then. We had a lot of septic systems. It makes a wonderful paper mache for people's homes and trees, shrubberies. Rhododendrons are especially proud of them. Their broad leaves in late fall really helps accentuate the different colors. So we would wage this battle. I mean, it was like Stranger Things before Stranger Things. We would ride our bikes. We'd have our plastic masks on that would shift as we pedaled so we couldn't see as we're dressed as Cornelius from Planet of the Apes. But damn it, we had a plan. And we would go to all the different places that we had our stuff stashed. And we would line it up, and we would have it ready. And we didn't really give a damn whether you had good candy or bad candy, because half our bag was filled with death. And we were going to find the Cami crew, and we were going to just take them out. And I lived in that neighborhood till I came here to York College, and I never once saw a member of the Cami crew. Not once. But neighbors' houses became the targets. So there was a lot of smell the next day as we basically coated the neighborhood with rotten eggs and toilet paper and shaving cream and every other nuance. So we did this really crappy thing where we took the caps off of tire stems. We put a screw in the top, and we put holes in the side of the cap, and then we put it back on the tires. So that half the neighborhood had flat tires the Monday after, or the day after Halloween. And somehow the 6 or 8 of us were never brought to justice for all of this. And we're really not quite sure how that happened, because there are only so many boys in the neighborhood. But we still did it, and it was fun. And we used to ride our little Schwinns with our banana seats. If the Russians came because it was Cold War time, they would have turned around. I mean, there's not a MiG that could have survived a barrage of 18 rotten eggs into their air intake. I mean, it would have been over. So we really, 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 every year we did this again and again with no enemy in sight. And it was great fun. And just 2 weeks ago in Dutchess County, New York, I had breakfast with one of the other culprits, because we're still close. Because it was very, very bonding and very important that we used this food that could have fed starving people to coat the windows, the single pane windows of small ranchers in suburban New York. But you know what? We did a service to humanity, because I think the Cami crew did exist, and I think they were too afraid to come into our neighborhood. So God bless Marty and Richie and Michael and Tommy and Peter, because without them, I don't think I could have held them off on my own.